Hello everybody. I made a post so you guys know what I'm going to be working on. Of course, you can kind of see right here. We're going to be making my alternatives for the Safari Celebration Paper Pumpkin Kit. So we'll get going in just a minute to see, just give a few minutes to let people come on board here tonight. So I hope you guys had a great day. I've been in my craft room all day because we're having a kind of a snowstorm here back on the East Coast. We did not get as much snow as they expected. They said 8 to 12, and I think we maybe got 4 or 5, and that's okay. Excuse me, because it's all going to melt on Monday anyway, because it's supposed to be like in the 40s, and then I checked the weather later in the week, and it's going to be in the 60s on Thursday, so that sap will flow. All right, so hey, Karen Rowe. I love your bags that you crochet, by the way, and all that awesome fabric that you pick out. Awesome. Hey, Louise, nice to see you. I think, Louise, you're a Paper Pumpkins subscriber, I believe. So these will be some alternatives that I came up with. So Paper Pumpkin, let's get started, right? Okay, so we're going to go through the cards that are offered in the kit as I designed them as they are here. And let me just, I got a glare and I don't like that. So I'm going to get rid of this. All right, so let's start off with Paper Pumpkin. If you're not familiar with it, I know some people are not. So this is a monthly subscription. You can order and register for with Paper Pumpkin, and you'll get this you'll get a kit every month, and you have to order always by the 10th of the month, and then they'll charge your credit card on the 11th of the month, and then they ship shortly after that. So I've had this one for a little while. It does give you all the instructions on how you put it together. There's also a nice little ruler on the side here. And then on the back side, it's going to tell you exactly what your kit components are. And we'll also tell you what the coordinating Stampin' Up! Colors are. So for instance, this one here coordinates with Bumblebee, Fresh Freesia, Pear Pizzazz, Rich Raspberry, Soft Succulent, Soft Suede, and it does use Basic White. And then over here, you can see there's many more alternatives. As you can see here, somebody made some tags. Here's another card that's using, I don't know that, oh, I haven't used that paper yet, so I don't know the name of it. But it's that kind of like tropical one. If you know it, just put it in the comments. And then here's just a kind of, they've got the vellum here and just all those little leaves and such going off to the side there. And then up here, you can go Paper Pumpkin, howto.com. So you can watch the detailed instructions to put these kits here together as they have them. But I always like to change them up. So the cards I'm going to be making tonight, these are the originals. And what I will do is, let me get my kits out over here. And I'm going to put them side by side so you can kind of see. And they may not be the same because I ran out of a color on the back or the card base. So I'll have to mix and match. But this one I changed up a little bit. And I embossed this vellum here with an embossing folder. I'll show you in just a minute. And then this Evening Evergreen here is embossed with the same coordinating embossing folder that you can order. You can order 2 of them, or you order 1 and you get 2, excuse me. All right, and then here's the elephant on roller skates. How many of you guys, I roller skated when I was in middle school and high school. So this kind of brought back memories, although mine were not Fresh Freesia, they were just white. So this is my alternative over here on the other side. And then this is the original one. I'll probably change up this because I don't really like the Fresh Freesia. It needs a different color, so I'm going to pop in a different color there. So that is that one. So alternative here and regular here. And then we got the monkey. Look at the monkey. This one is super fun. I just love how he's got his hands up in the airs. The hula hoop, I used to hula hoop working for Parks and Rec Agency. We have hula hoops for the kids, and those kids can do it and shake it for like an hour. I swear. There's this one little girl, her name is Phoebe, and she like just kept going. I'm serious, like over half an hour. She was trying to get a record, and I have no idea what that is. But anyway, hula hoops, shake it like a monkey, right? All right, so then this one, I made a birthday card stamped. This is a paper pumpkin die cut from a past one, which is the Valentine's one. So I have a bunch of those that I'm going to be, I decided to pull that in because I had an extra one. So with paper pumpkin, you always have a lot of product left over that you can carry on to maybe the next month or future months as well. So that's my alternative for this one. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to stack these up probably out of your sight, but I kind of need a reference here. So let me just put them off to the side, and then we are going to get started. How are you guys doing? Did you guys have a great day? Oh, Louise, you got 6 inches of snow last night? Well, that's the storm that's hitting us today, so... Okay, so let's see. Oh, the embossing folders, you guys. Okay, so the embossing folders, they are in the mini catalog. You may have missed them. Maybe you haven't. They are called Stripes and Splatters. They are a 3D embossing folder. And I really like both of them. This is the first time I've used them since I've had them. So I made myself work with them with paper pumpkin. I'm very pleased with them, and I'll show you. I've die cut this using this one, the splatter in soft succulent, and then I die cut in also a vellum piece, and then this one here I die cut even evergreen. So this is what they look like, and if you need the item number. Item numbers are always on the packaging, usually on the back with the barcode, and it's 157980. Honestly, do not know how much they cost. But what did you do? What did you get done in your craft room today? Well, in my craft room, I slept until 6:30 this morning. My alarm clock went off, and I didn't get out of bed until 7. Kept hitting that snooze. I had in my craft room today an event called Celebration. So I had 6 people earn their seat in my celebration. And I sent them a kit in the mail that consisted of 5 card kits. They received the... You think I would know it all by heart, but oh my gosh, my brain is kind of fried. So this could be interesting. Special moments. So I sent special moments. With all my ordering, I can get quite a bit of product out of Celebration for free. So I have stockpiled special moments, the daffodil afternoon paper, and other kinds of stamp sets too, which I'm going to offer as a class down the road. So we crafted for 3 hours. I had 6 people, like I said, earn it. And 2 people could attend by Zoom. 1 person from North Carolina and 1 person from Florida. And they're probably, I don't know if they're on because they probably had enough of me. I don't know. But anyway, we just had a lot of fun. We created 5 cards. And if you're on my Instagram or my Facebook page, you'll see the projects as well. I can get them, but they're already in my card rack. So I'm moving on to the next project, which is this one. But anyway, I'll show those if I have time at the end. All right, so we're going to make the monkey card here. Of course, I'm going to grab the one that's probably the hardest. So what I did with this one is, you can see this is a piece of soft succulent that is embossed with a splatter embossing folder. I don't know if you can see that, but it's really cool. Do you remember that splatter stamp set we had? Everybody used it. It's just a great, nice kind of splatter stamp that you can just fill in like white areas. I used it all the time. It's called Gorgeous Grunge. And I'm dating myself because that was definitely a while ago. But anywho, I love this embossing folder. I'm going to move these cards out of the way. All right, so I'm going to grab my Stampin' trimmer and I'm going to cut this card base here. So this is a fresh freesia. This is how the card bases come, just like this. And they come in various colors this month. And then I am going to cut off, I gotta double check because I can't make a mistake. And I did these like earlier in the week, so just bear with me here. Yep, 2 inches. Yes, 2 inches. So I'm gonna cut 2 inches off this card base, okay? So let's just open it up. And I'm gonna take my paper trimmer and I'm gonna line up the card base along number 2, and I'm going to cut with our cutting blade here. We also have a scoring blade on the same track, and then we're going to set this one aside. We'll use it, actually we're going to use that on a different card. Okay, so then what you really want to do is make sure that this stays down really well. So I'm going to burnish this a few times here. Now it's laying flat. Now I'm going to take this splatter piece and kind of look at it. What do I want? Which way do I want it to go? This is the embossed side and that's the debossed side. I'm going to have the embossed side up, and then I need to add glue along this area here. So I'm just going to use my multi-purpose liquid glue, and I'm just going to run some glue right on the edge here, all the way to the end. Okay, and then what I'm going to do, I'm going to line up this soft succulent on all 3 edges here. Now, when you emboss, your paper is going to stretch. So this is now, it was 2 by 5.5. It's now 2 by maybe, I don't know, a little bit more, tick over 5.5. Okay, so I've got that edge here and edge here, and it's hanging off the side here, which I don't care. I'm going to use my paper snips to cut it down. So then I'm going to bring that flap over. And now I have a card that's kind of got 2 colors on the front, okay? So you can see how much that paper did stretch. I'm going to take my paper snips and cut that off in just a second. I want to just make sure this is down really well. So I'm going to grab my paper snips and I'm going to just eyeball this because you really can't, I mean, you could do it this way if you wanted to and just aim for that edge. Not too bad. Okay, so it was about that much of the paper did stretch, probably 1/8 of an inch. Okay, so don't worry about that. It's easy to fix. Now the next thing I want to do is I'm going to add that vellum that kind of looks like, I don't know, 2 rectangles kind of put together. Now there is stitching on this edges here, like a sewing machine. So there is a rough side and a smooth side. So make sure you're working with the smooth side up. I'm going to add it like this here. So let's bring in my Stampin' Seal. I'm just going to put some right in the middle there because it's going to be hidden, so we don't have to worry about that. And now I'm going to zoom in a little bit more. Okay. It seems really dark and shadowy. Not sure why. Okay, so now see that notch there? We have notches on both edges. So I'm going to add it right to the middle. So it's equal distance. And then I'm just going to press right where that Stampin' Seal is. So you can see that's stuck on pretty well. And then the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to stamp. So I need that heart, and I need, I tried not to use any white with basic white scrap. So I used banners. And let me go to my bin here. So in here are all the extra things that I have. So you can see I've got card bases. I've got, well, envelopes we'll use. But there's all these little pieces. You got all these Stampin' Dimensionals. you received a rich raspberry ink spot. I save these to give to customers, and I use just mine. But you can see in here, there's all these little pieces of die cuts. So what I like to do is I'm going to try to find, what I'll do is I'll cut this one in half. So to make that happy birthday. Okay, so I'm going to stamp, and we're working with photopolymer stamps. So what do we need? We need our Stampin' Pierce mat, so we can get a pretty good image. It needs that little sponginess. Rich raspberry ink, and I think I need to re-ink it, but I'm going to try to get away with it. So now I'm going to use the Yay. Okay, so see here, it's Yay, and I'm going to I'm going to aim for this part of the heart and a piece, or the edge. So those little bows that are on there, they're going to hit right there and right there on the gold. Okay. Ooh, that's a little blurry. Okay. But you guys get the idea. And then I'm going to do the same thing on this side. So I'm going to stamp over top of that bow, and then I'm going to aim the right bow onto the gold foil there, or embossed edging there. Okay, so now I have Yay, Yay on the heart. Okay. Then I've got a piece of this banner, which what I did was I cut this in half, and I think this is way too close, so hold on. All right, so I cut this in half to use it as more of a scrap piece. We're making birthday card, or no, what are we making? Just lost, yeah, happy birthday. So I'm finding my happy in my birthday. And actually, I'm going to use this one. And I'm going to turn it over because I need that white. Okay. Now, what I did was, you can see I do need to re-ink that ink pad. So I used my paper snips, and I just cut this straight down. I'm just going to cut this straight down, and then I'm going to cut happy off, and I'm using just straight edges. So now we have the word happy. This is called paper piercing. And now I'm gonna fussy cut around the word birthday, just to give it some little different look than happy. Get around that Y. It's really close to the edge, and the exclamation point. And there we go. So there's happy birthday. I think that is all the stamping I need to do. Yep. So now we can assemble the rest of the card here. So I need this out the way. Probably need it later. Okay, so let's return to here. We're going to adhere this heart over here, and we need to pop it up to give it some dimension. So I'm going to grab my Stampin' Dimensionals. I have a brand new sheet, and I'm only going to add 3. Just make a triangle. That's all you need. And then I'm going to grab my take your pick tool here and just get those off. And then I'm going to adhere this at an angle up over here in the left corner. Then the next thing up, the next level up is the monkey with the hula hoop. Okay. This one gets Stampin' Dimensionals as well. This is super easy, you guys. Stampin' Up! Does this all for you. This is great for, these paper pumpkins are great for beginners, or if you want to get together with your grandchildren or your, your friends, family. I have a night of card making. They all can bring a paper pumpkin to your house, and you can craft together. So that's kind of what I felt like today when we were doing the celebration. Even though one lady was in North Carolina, the other Florida, and I'm in Vermont. It all felt like we were crafting in the same place. All right, we've got this one, this little ape here. He's not an ape, not a monkey, right? I don't know. What's the difference? So you can see it got some smudging right here on this heart, but don't worry about it. The little arm here is going to cover up that little mistake. And what I'm doing is I'm looking at this, the middle section of his feet and the top of his head. So I can put this along this center point here. Okay, so I'm just going to drop him down a little bit. All right, now, next thing we're going to do is we're going to pop up the happy and the birthday. We're going to want to use our mini dimensionals. Let me grab some of those. And these, I'm still using my paper pumpkin mini dimensionals. And this one was for like 3 months ago, I think. So I'm just going to grab these. Okay, and then I'm going to put 2 on this one. And make sure they're just pressed down really nicely, and then they'll come off easily with your take your pick tool. And they're super sticky. And the paper pumpkin dimensionals are a little bit different than the catalog dimensionals. They seem a little, just a tiny bit higher, I guess. All right, so you can see I put that Stampin' dimensional over the edge. Too much. I'm just going to peel a little bit of it off so it doesn't show. So I've got this happy at an angle, and then this one I'm going to angle that way. Then what's really cool is, let me find that deer. So the deer die cut, this is really cool. I don't know if anybody's ever used this, but in this die cut, there's a little heart. Okay, so we can just pop that out. And I'm going to take my Fresh Freesia Dark Stampin' Blends. I'll make sure I have the right side facing me. Okay, and I'm just going to color this little heart with Fresh Freesia, just to give it a little bit of color other than white, because the white's going to get lost. Okay, so we've got that on there. And then I'm going to add this heart to his shirt, right where his heart would go. So let me grab my liquid glue. And I'm going to put a little bit of multi-purpose liquid glue right on his shirt. Then I'm going to place this tiny little heart over here. And you can use your take your pick tool to move it into place. Okay. Isn't that cute? Then they include these, let me find them. These like stones. They're like, they remind me of sea glass. So there's a piece of cat hair here. So they're these little pieces of stones, I guess. So I'm gonna just take some of these. I'll take 5 of them. They are 5 in a row, so that's easy for your odd numbers. So I'm just going to sprinkle these throughout the card, and then we'll be completely done. So let's see, that's 2, 3, 4. And I always have a problem not knowing where to put that last one, but I'm going to put it right down here. Okay, so that is card number 1 for our alternatives. So let me grab the original one, which is this one. Yeah. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did I forget something? No, here's my original. No, I didn't. I thought I forgot I put the foliage in there, but I did not. So here's the hula hoop. So both alternatives. And then where is, yeah, this one. So you can kind of see the difference between the two cards. So I just went with a different color scheme on this one rather than the, I think that's, what is that, crushed curry on here. So let me just see if there's any kind of questions. in the thread here. Oh, Carol, gee, you're so funny. Yep, I'm still around. Okay, so Gorgeous Grunge, unless no, oh yes, Karen Rowe, you still have Gorgeous Grunge. I did not have that one. All right. Yep, Carol. Everybody, like, that's one of the stamp sets and that people didn't want to get rid of, right? It's kind of like there's a few of them out there. Okay. So this is our first one. And I just love adding that little heart there. Just a little touch. Oops, one of these little stones came off. I don't want to lose it. So let me grab it. Let me just use the take your, you know what? I wonder if I really lost it. It just got flung over to the other side of the room. But anyway, that's number one. I'll put these over here off to the side. Number two, and I'm going to need this piece, I believe. So I'm going to put that over there. Okay, so number two is this one. And this is the one that uses both embossing folders. And see these envelopes this month? They're really nice. They have that nice little look on the inside. You can tear these all apart and use this as like designer series paper. But I did not add anything to the envelopes because they already have a design on them and it looks pretty nice. So that would get folded down and you see the flap has that design as well. Okay, so now we're going to say, let's celebrate with a deer. Let me bring in my piercing mat. Here's the banner that I used. And then let me find let's celebrate. Let's see. There it is. Okay, I'm going to do the same kind of thing. We're going to paper pierce. Let me grab my rich raspberry ink. How do you like my little duck? I've been designing my Easter Friends class, and maybe I'll show it to you. It's up on my little counter up there on my side of my wall where I take all my pictures. Okay, so that's let's celebrate. And I might just not paper pierce on this one. I'm not sure. We'll see. Okay, so here is that stripe, right? Look, I don't know if you can see this because it's dark paper, but I'll kind of turn it so you can kind of see the 3D on this. It looks like wood, kind of. Okay, so this is, I think it's like 3x4. And then I'm going to use my liquid glue on embossed paper because I think it will stick better. And always cap it. And then we're going to flip this one over. So this is going to be yellow. And the yellow, crushed curry. No, bumblebee, sorry. Bumblebee and crushed curry for me look almost identical. All right, so different. It's going to be designed a little differently because I'm using what I have left. And it's only the color, the card base that's getting changed. Now here is the one that was embossed with this splatter, which is this one here. So I ran that through my embossing machine just to get some kind of like dimension and character to it. So again, we're just going to flip this one over, add some Stampin' Seal right in the middle. And then this is going to get lined up. So we got to kind of look at the left side and the right side and the top, all different edges here to get it centered. Okay, so we got that centered. Then here's that nice little deer with, it's holding a cupcake. And in the stamp set, there is a cupcake stamp, but I did not use it. And there's another one too, so I did not use Fantastic. I did not use the foliage, and here is that little cupcake. I just didn't use them because if I use them, I would use them on the inside of the card. So let me grab my Stampin' Dimensionals wherever they might be. We were talking about that during my Zoom today. We always lose our Stampin' Dimensionals. and they are nowhere to be found, but you guys probably see them. I see my minis, but oh, there we go, way over there. I don't know how I put them over there. Okay, so I'm going to put 3 of these regular ones throughout. And then I'm going to grab some of those minis. And I used my take your pick tool just because it's easier. And let me just add one more right here. And probably one on the hand would be good too. Right here. Okay, I know that's like overkill for me, but it does need a little support. I probably need one right here too, right by his shoulder. All right, that is like a lot of dimensionals. All right, so we'll just take these off. They are super sticky as well. Okay. Let's bring our card back in. And this little deer that says yay, can you see that? Is going to go right on top in the center. And next thing we're going to do is I'm going to paper pierce this one as well. Just because the banner is way too long, I guess I could have like maybe stamped it in the middle and put it this way. That would have looked okay, but I kind of like how it is on the other card. Now, you can use this somehow. I actually have 2 more over here that you can use them for something. All right, so we're just going to trim this off. And then I'm going to trim right in the middle of Let's and Celebrate. So we'll break that up. Excuse me. And let me just cut these edges here. And then I'm going to add 2 of these because they are kind of small. I have no idea where that other word went. Where's Let's? I might have to stamp that again. I don't know where it went. Oh, there it is. It's so small that I kind of lost it there. All right, I'm going to add another piece of dimensional to this one. And I'll just peel this one off just because it's a little bit easier. I'm going to pop Let's over here. And then Celebrate is going to go right down at the bottom. And I'm going to put this one at an angle probably. Yeah. No, I'm going to put it straight across. And it's overhanging the evening evergreen. Okay. Then we're going to add those little the embellishments, which are nowhere to be found. I need somebody to come here and help me, right? I don't know where they went. Oh, here they are on my computer. Okay, so let's grab some of these. And these are just, I'm going to like to put them over on the evening evergreen because you can see them a little bit more. So that's 2, 3, 4, and let's put one down here, 5. Okay, so let's bring these 2 together. You've got this one. I'll put this one in the middle. Oh, see, I put foliage on this one. That was the original one, and this is, I guess I didn't really like the foliage. Can you tell? Because I didn't use it very much. I'm going to use it on another card, but I kind of just left it out. There's so much foliage left over that you could actually, let's do it. Let's grab some. You can decorate the inside of your card as well. You can kind of create a bouquet, if you will. Let's see. If you get 2 different sizes, and we'll add a different color in, maybe a yellow. Yeah. So you could create something like this. And to do that, I would just take your liquid glue and just put a little bit, 3 dots really. Put this one this way. And then you can add this one. Actually, I'm going to add this one. Just little dots of glue. We'll aim it this way. And let me find that bumblebee color. Only thing you have to be careful about are the stems on here. They're very fragile. And then let's add this one here. So you got a little bouquet. There's these little small ones too in Old Olive. But that's another way you can use the bits and pieces that come in the kit. And I see that this is over the edge a little bit. So I'll work on that a little bit later. You can see I put it a little bit over the edge. All right, so that is this one here. Okay, then I have one more for you. And that is the elephant. So let's clean up here and we'll move on to the elephant. So the original looked like this. And then, all right, so this is my alternative. And let's see if were there any questions. No. Oh, I see Kathy's on. Hey Kathy, second time around today. Okay, so with this one, I have a white card base. So I used for my supply the basic white. And basic white comes in regular weight and then thick, but I'm using the regular. And then you remember that strip I cut off on the first card? Well, this one's going to get adhered right down to the bottom, okay? So we're going to break this up a little bit. So let's grab our liquid glue. Liquid glue would be the choice of adhesive for this because you need to slide it. If you're using the seal, oops, come on. If you're using the seal, then it's going to be, if you have to move it, then it's going to be a little bit harder. Ugh. Hold on. Just need to, it's a little clogged up, I guess. Okay, does that ever happen to you guys? It's like clogs up at the worst time. Okay, so that's plenty of glue. This doesn't have a direction on it, so it doesn't really matter. So I just got to make sure that I am adding this right to the edge. So I'm lining it up to the bottom. As long as it's lined up on the bottom, everything else is going to go easy, okay? I got to wash my hands. Hold on just a second. I got too much glue on them and it's causing a problem here. So let me just grab my wipes. Okay. Now I'm going to take, I use the Stitch So Sweetly die cuts, and this is in Smoky Slate. And this is just going to get adhered right down here with your Stampin' Dimensionals. There's no stamping on it. So you don't have to worry about that. And of course, where are my Stampin' Dimensionals? I lost them again, you guys. Nope, there they are. Okay, we're going to add, I'm going to add 5 on this because this is going to have a lot of pieces on it and you're going to want that stability. Okay, so we'll just make sure they're pressed down real well. And I'll grab my tool here and we'll just take these right off. All right, so then this is going to get just adhered right down. So I'm looking at equal distance on the left and the right and the top, and that it's straight. I think it's straight. Yep. Then we've got in here the circle vellums that came in the kit. There's also stitching around here like a sewing machine. So there is a rough and a smooth side. So this is a smooth side. So I'm going to put adhesive right in the middle here. And then we're going to bring this right back in. And we're just going to center it over top of the stitch so sweetly. Die cut. And before I put it, press it down, I'll make sure it's in the center. And we'll just press right where that adhesive is. Then we're going to take that Mr. Elephant. And where's Mr. Elephant? Right here on the roller skates in Fresh Freesia, right? Okay, we're going to flip him over. And we're going to add some more Stampin' Dimensionals. I think I'm using a ton of Stampin' Dimensionals tonight. You got to have at least like 5 packages in your craft room, right? I buy them every time I place an order. I always add at least 1 package of Dimensionals. Okay, so now we're going to put Mr. Elephant here. And you can put him whatever way you want, but here you can see, like, I think he's jumping because usually roller skates are on like flat surface. So I think he's jumping in the air. So this one, I'm going to put him a little bit differently. So he's actually skating. So let's put him this way. There's no like wrong way to do it. Don't worry about that. Okay, so now I've got to find, this is the only thing I don't know if I really like. You Are So Amazing. So to create that, I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat one more time for our stamping. And let's find You Are Amazing. Okay, You Are and then Amazing. Right here. No, that's You Did It. Here it is. So I have Amazing mounted on a paper pumpkin block. This is the first block I ever got when I belonged to Paper Pumpkin. Okay. You can see how I stamped it, You Are Amazing, on this really big banner here. But I didn't really do a very good job stamping because they're 2 different stamps. And what I did was I first tried to mount both stamps on the same block, and it was just not going to work. So then I tried to put this one in and I got it crooked. So don't worry about that. So let's grab some Fresh Freesia and let me find Amazing. And I'm just going to stamp right down here in the bottom. Okay, that's done. And then I'm going to find one of those little banners and I'm going to try to fit. Oh, that's not going to fit. So let me go to my little bin here and see what I have left. Let me see if this one, I don't know if this will look good. I'm going to try it. Oh God, no, that's not going to look good. Okay, so this is one I cut in half. So let's see if this one will work. Okay, let me just pretend right now. I really like that edge here. So I think what I'm going to do is, let me just quickly get my Stampin' trimmer out. I'm going to take this banner, I'm going to cut it in half. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to, whoops, my little bar came off. Hold on. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up this banner in the track here so that this point here is right in the middle. And then I'm going to close my little arm here and just cut right up. So now I've got 2 banners instead of 1. And the one I want is this one so that it's angled down this way. So let's bring in our Stampin' Pierce mat one more time. And hopefully I can get this stamped properly. Okay. It's a very small font, so it's kind of actually hard to do this. And I'm trying not to rock that block. Okay, that's a little bit better. Okay, I think all of our stamping is done. So we'll close this one up for tonight. And then we're going to grab all those foliage pieces. So I wanted to put a little bit more colors on this one because here I only used 2 and I didn't really like it. This one is much better, and we added splatter. I haven't used the splatter yet, so let me do that. This is a nice little splatter, and if I do this real quick, I'll probably make a mess, but I'm going to wing it. So I'm going to splatter down here. Okay, so that's kind of what it looks like. And I'm going to actually splatter over here too. And then let's splatter. Oh, I'm going for it. Where do I splatter next? It's kind of like creating a triangle. Boom, boom. And then I'll do it off to the side. That's not bad. Okay, now I'm done. And now we're going to figure out where we want the foliage. Now we can have him holding it, which is kind of fun. So let's see what colors we have. We have Old Olive, and I have Rich Raspberry. We have some Fresh Freesia. What else do I have in my bin here? I've got 2 of these. Do I have a yellow? Yes, I have a yellow. So I'm gonna I think I like all the dark colors. So definitely want the Rich Raspberry on the bottom. And then perhaps Bumblebee here. And then there's these little ones. Let me find the little ones. That's yellow. It should be an Old Olive one. Here we go. Okay, so I think I'm going to add 3. Okay, so to do that, let's take this all apart, and then we're going to basically do the same thing. Run your glue on the back side. You don't need too much of it because it'll ooze out. Let's put it right underneath. There's a little stem there, so we're going to slide that right underneath. Press where that glue is. Then take the Bumblebee foliage, and we'll just add a little bit glue on the back side, and then just angle it off a different way. And then the last one is the Old Olive, and it's really delicate and small, so we just got to go really light-handed. Okay, and then flip it over, and then I'm going to add this one at a different angle too. So let me just bring it up to the camera so you can see it a little bit better. So we've got the Rich Raspberry, Bumblebee, and then the Old Olive here. So it looks like the elephant is actually carrying those pieces there. Now we're going to take You Are So, and we're going to see, this isn't going to slide in because the Stampin' Dimensionals aren't here, so you're going to have to cut it down. So I kind of do it in stages just to see if I like it, or do I need to cut it some more. So I'm going to just leave that there. Now I'm going to fussy cut out Amazing, which I stamped on the Fresh Freesia with Rich Raspberry ink. I got to cut this down. Hold on. Okay, so let me start over here. All right. All right, and we'll just curve it around that A. And then just kind of go up and down like a roller coaster. And then all the way around. And there. Okay. So now this sentiment is going to go underneath. I'm going to pop this one up, and I think I'm going to put it somewhere like maybe this one there and this one here. I'm going to just trim a little bit more off this. Yep, that's what I want to do. So this one's going to get adhered right down to the vellum. I'm going to slide that right underneath. Okay, and then this one here, guess what? It's going to get popped up with Stampin' Dimensionals. So let's grab my minis. And then I'm going to add 3 of them. Oops. There we go. And then the backings just will pop right off. And then let's put it on the correct way. You can angle it if you want, but I'm going to just slide it over top of his kneecap there and on top of the other banner. So it's all kind of in the same area. Now we're gonna add those little, I'm gonna call them, I don't know, stones, whatever they, I don't know what they are. Sea glass, let's call them sea glass, right? Because I honestly think they look like sea glass. So we're just going to use my take your pick tool, and we're just going to put them wherever we want to put them. And I'll use 5 again. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay. So anybody still with me? Okay, this is a little crazy. All right, so there's lots of things going on with this one, right? But it's another way you can change up your cards on Paper Pumpkin. So, and this is the original one I made as my sample. I really kind of beefed this one up a little bit more. And then here is the original that came from the kit. Okay, so that's that. I can put these all, I know I won't be able to fit them all, so I'm going to take the best ones and put those on the top so that I just made here. So there's that one. And then the congratulations. I'm going to use the yellow one just because it's bright. And my other card went where? There he is. Way up there. And then this is the other one. So I used a different Paper Pumpkin kit from before and that heart. So yeah, they're in that. And this was the original. So I hope you guys like this. And if you want to see my Easter Friends kind of project I'm working on, I'll show it to you. So it's kind of fun. I've worked on, so I had my celebration, and then I took a lunch break, and then I came back and designed this class. So let me show it to you. It's really fun. Okay, so I'm using the Pansy Petals Designer Series paper. So this is the first card I made. I used that. I used lots of different things here. So I've got the bow punch. We did some fussy cutting with Happy Easter. I did die cut the tags. I can't remember it. Tailored tags. I think that's what that's called. We've got ornate flowers that is embossed with fresh freesia. And then here's that designer series paper. On the inside, I really didn't design it too much. I just added the designer series paper. So that's card number 1. Finished it off with the fresh freesia sheer ribbon. And then my second card came out like this. This one's fun. Oh, that bunny is stamped in gray granite, by the way. Now this little chick card is super cute. I stamped in soft suede and I blended with Daffodil Delight, light and dark. I really struggled with the sentiment because I really, that sentiment, this took me a long time. I didn't know what to use. So I finally came up with this little design here. I'm not sure if it works or not, but I did use the brushed brass butterflies. And the little piece of soft succulent sheer ribbon is underneath the tag called My Friend. And then I created a little mini pizza box that we're going to decorate. I used the Hippo and Friends dies, layered those. There's Blackberry Bliss with white. Stamped the little duck in Daffodil Delight. And here's the sentiment. May your days bloom with joy and happiness. And that's stamped in Blackberry Bliss. I used the Flowers for Every Season ribbon combo pack. And there's white ribbon in this. So I used that because I've got quite a bit of it. And that looks really nice together. And then my last thing was, okay, what else could I do besides 2 cards, a box? I created this little tag. So I don't know. I like to make tags, but I don't know if this is not my best work or not. But I wanted to pull in the polished pink because I didn't use it very much. And it is in the paper. So I stamped that other little chick same way, or the duck as I did the chick with soft suede. And I blended with Daffodil Delight, light and dark. and some, I think it was Clip Silk Coral. No, Pumpkin Pie Light. Stamped Sending Warm and Happy Wishes this spring with Evening Evergreen on Soft Succulent using the ornate frames. This is the Hippo and Friends dies. There's lots of different things, lots of different products in this tag. So, whew, it was a lot. And the little bow punch punches out these little flower tulips really nicely. So that is that. So this is a class I'm going to be I'm offered at my stamp retreat. I might offer it as an individual class a little bit later after my retreat. I'm not sure, but stay tuned for that. And I also, what else did I design today? I have one more thing to design, and I'll show that to you probably on Monday. So if there's no other questions, I am going to sign off because we are losing an hour of sleep tonight. And so really it's 8:57 and not 7:57 in my mind. So, all right. I can't answer questions on YouTube, so I don't see anything, and I'm totally off camera. So hopefully I wasn't off camera all night tonight because I really wasn't paying attention to my laptop. So, all right. Take care, you guys, and have a wonderful Saturday night and a great Sunday as well.